Hello and welcome to another Puzzle and Dragons video. So today we are going to be reviewing the King of Fighters collab. So my first reaction, what the heck is the King of Fighters? is my first thought. It looks to me like it's some kind of Street Fighters thing. It might even just be Street Fighters. I don't know, I've never played it. Sorry if I offended anyone who knows what this game is. But let us get into the review of the collab. So first of all, the event is from Christmas until January 7th, which happens to be my birthday, by the way. So a 2-week-long event. It appears to be similar to the Final Fantasy collab in that it's all full of pixel evolutions, except only the 6 stars have pixels, but there's also no 4 stars, it appears. Let's see. One thing that in advance I won't be able to say is, first of all, in advance, this is a newbie review, so only like 80% of the information that I tell you will be right, and 20% will be wrong, probably. If there's any edits, go check the description right now below, because I will have posted them there if I find out something is better or worse than I said it was. So, moving on. Also, the other thing I want to say is, I don't know what this Omega Rugal is. I haven't seen on any of their posts a description of that monster, so I don't know if we'll go over him, but I did see his pixel described, but I didn't see his actual descended boss. He is a descended boss. I haven't seen his stuff, what do you call it, described. Also, this is an overview of the egg machine, so all 6 and 5 stars, no 4s, which is good, and no 7s, which is also good. I'm gonna assume it is a 5-stone roll because it doesn't say anything about it not being a 5-stone roll. Let's see. Yep, nothing about 10-stone rolls. You also get a free roll if you are rank 50, so that's nice. One other thing, the dungeon is actually pretty good. As you can see, normally the teams of 4 or less gives you a pre-draw. At the end of it has been the trend lately, like all the teams of 4 or less dungeons give you a pre-draw. But this one, every single time you clear, you get a Tamadra. So if you don't want to waste stones buying the Tamadra dungeon, you can get your Tamadras this way. And if you multiplayer with a friend, you get one Tamadra for 25 stam, which is actually not that good compared to the Tamadra carnivals. Not the machine carnival, like the Tamadra dungeons. Let's see. You get the skill up materials, and also one weird thing is you can get this weird game cartridge as a rare invade, which can become a assist evo, which is a really weird assist evo. It has enhanced killer, and its active skill is make this card's attribute light for 5 turns, and nothing else. No other additional benefit, so it's not exactly the same as Amino. So with that, let's get into a newbie reaction to the monsters. So, first on the list is Kyo Kusanagi. So this is, let me skip to his 2 evos form, his max evo form and his, I guess it's probably his alt evo or something, his alt evo form, and he does have a pixel, as all the 6 stars do. He is a 6-star base. Looking at his, first let's look at his awakenings. Awakenings are pretty good. They are something similar to Amatsu. He has 2 skill boosts, which is nice. He is fire attribute, which is nice. He has 3 really great awakenings in follow-up attack and double 7 combo, and he also has a devil killer, which may be good or bad depending on what you're trying to do. Another thing to mention is most of the monsters in this collab are attackers, which means that they can equip devil killers. I believe is the main one for attackers that matters. So he looks to be basically like an Amatsu type monster or a Cotton type monster with a double 7 combo to follow-up attack, except he's not unbindable and he has 1 extra finger and a devil killer, which is not bad. Leader wise, he is a relatively modest leader. 9x attack isn't that good in this day and age, or 9x alone, he'll be 81x together, which is not that high. His active is extremely unique. It is a bicolor board changer that has fire and heal. I don't think, first of all, bicolor board changes are great. I don't know if one exists so far that includes heal orbs. So I think he might have a unique active skill. For 13 turns, it's about the same as, you know, one of the Sonias. So he has a pretty good active, I would say. He makes hearts for his own follow-up attack usage, and he would probably flood with a lot of fires. So this would be good for ranking dungeons and all those jazzes. Ranking dungeons where you can bring your own team, that is. So overall, he is a pretty high value sub, I would say. 7 combo with follow-up attack is, for fire type, relatively rare. The only one I can think of that has that is Cotton. There are plenty of water type 7 follow-up attackers in Scald and Amatsu. Yeah. Although you probably don't have Amatsu because he's kind of rare and Scald's rare too. So if I rolled him, I would be pretty happy. I don't know if I'm going to roll yet. Let me go through this reaction first. I haven't decided. He does have a Pixel. So his Pixel has does have 1 Devil Killer. So I would put this guy in the same Pixel class as Cloud, but fire type. He keeps his board change, which makes him a really good Pixel. I feel like I'm not that experienced at knowing what makes a good Pixel evolution, but I feel like it's a mix of their skill and their awakenings. Oh, I didn't look at his stats. Hold on. Stats look pretty high. I can't tell what his weighted stats are without paddings. But he keeps a board change, which is extremely rare. I believe the only Pixel that has a good board change, who's like usable, like endgame wise, is Cecile from Final Fantasy, who makes a Apocalypse style board change, aka tricolor with lights and darks. This guy keeps his bicolor fire and heart board change. 3 fire enhanced orbs is not bad for a fire based Pixel team if you're trying to run that. He also keeps a Devil Killer, which means he can equip more Devil Killers as an attacker type. So he would have pretty good usage, I want to say, like decent usage in 3-player co-op where the 3 final bosses are all devils and you were trying to make a good carry team. You may be able to achieve it with this guy. Yes. Wish he had more skill boost, but for 3-player, but you can't really ask for that much. So Kyo Kusanagi, pretty great as a sub or Pixel. Pretty amazing value, or pretty good, pretty great value overall, I'd say. Next is Terry Bogard, another fire type. They really like their fire types. This is his base form. He's 6-star. Let's look at his main Evo. 2 fingers, 2 skill boost. 2 skill boost is pretty good, better than 1 skill boost. He's also unbindable. Leader-wise, he's 144x, which is not that high these days. That's Rondeve's multiplier. And he's a 501E with fire and light, so you could pair him with Tsubaki or Ilm or something. He'd make a decent pairing with those guys. Let's see. His active, that's not bad. 3-turn Awoken Bind is not terrible for a random card to have. And it does bind too, and he makes a column of fire and light, so he's good for his own leader skill, and also for any fire light, so probably Kenshin or something. He'll make crosses for you if you feel like making crosses with that kind of annoying formation. So he'd be a pretty good sub on like Kenshin or something. And again, for Ilm, Tsubaki, if you still use them, he'd be a pretty good sub, or even a leader pairing as well. So this active benefits them, and he's like a combined like orb maker and like a UBBC, unbindable bind clear. Pixel wise, we see 3 rows, so he should be used on a row team. His other form does not need to be used on a row team since Fire Orb Enhance is more general. He continues to create fire and lights, and he does give you a time boost, which is good for making boxes, especially for me. His multiplier actually is not terrible. He has as a leader in a Pixel. He has 1.5 HP, and what's 3.5 times 3? Hold on. 3.5 times 3. 10.5. So he'd be a times 100 leader with an HP increase of 2x overall, which is pretty good actually. So he's not a terrible Pixel leader if you're looking into terrible Pixel leaders. He's bindable, which sucks, but multiplier wise, it's always nice to have an HP multiplier as a leader. So let's see. I want to say the last guy was more interesting though. I forgot his name. What was the first guy's name? I should really know this. Kyo. Oh, that's right. The next one is Ryo, or Ryo. I don't know how to say it. Next we have Ryo Sakazaki, who is a base 6-star. This is his base form. His ulti, or his normal evolution line. Let's take a look. 3 light rows, unbindable, 2 fingers. So nothing amazing awakenings wise. So he should be used on a row team. Leader wise, he is 9x again, which is not that good. He's a that is a steep 9x requirement. 6. You need like a row of light orbs and 4 attributes, and you get less than freaking DQXQ. That's like his most comparable leader type. It's like DQXQ, but I guess he is unbindable. But it's not. Don't use him as a leader. His active skill is actually really good. Also, his attack is really high. Just looking at the 2570 is pretty high attack with no 297. He has 0 RCV. Oh god. Better use him with an RCV with some healers. His active skill is actually really good. 5 turns for a row of light orbs. That's like 6 orbs for 5 turns. It's like pretty great. And also the no Skyfall is useful for what do you call it? For damage control. So I think that's actually a pretty good active. You can inherit whatever you want on top of it, because 5 turns is pretty good. And as a base active, making a row of light orbs satisfies like a lot of leaders' requirements. Like Amino, you could use him for that. Let's see. And he comes with 3 light rows, which is pretty good. Now, Pixel Ryo Sakazaki continues to have 3 light rows and then some nondescript awakenings. At least he's SBR. He adds an SBR, which is nice. He makes the top and bottom rows to light orbs. And he also reaches 12x attack with 1.5 HP if you're using attackers. What is Amino's? Just out of curiosity. I don't remember Amino's typing. That's probably something I should know. I think she's God. God physical, so this doesn't apply to her. But as a sub for an Amino team, this could be your Pixel. He can equip Devil Killers because he's attacker type. Unfortunately, no built-in killers. However, the 3 light rows will be useful to have on a sub in general. So he'd probably make a pretty good general Amino sub, or any light row Pixel sub that you would need. Also because he makes 12 light orbs, 2 rows automatically. You can just match, if you're a light row team, you can just match in between, or just connect it if you're running a DQXQ or something. Connect the ends of them somehow. So it's a pretty good, looks to me to be a pretty good light row Pixel choice if you're looking for one. Now, Leona Haydern is one of the ones that I would love to roll if I rolled in this. I don't know if I will. The 5 stars look okay. I haven't given them a great look yet, but let's look at them later on. Leona Haydern is a 6-star base, and her awoken / ultimate / normal evolution line gives her the new, relatively new and rare, I believe it's only found on Halloween Nene, is the skill haste awakening, and she comes with 4 killers, which is, wow, that's a lot of killers, and 2 fingers. Now that's pretty good already, but what makes her really good is her skill. Her skill is a Fujin style active with a spike or an enhanced damage enhance included for attacking devils, which to be fair is a little bit niche, but I mean there's a lot of attacking devils, a lot of them. Fujin's active, I believe, is 19 turns. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to hit the mic there. Fujin's active skill is, I believe it's either 19 or 21 turns. Let me look it up right now. 19 turns. This girl's is 25, which gives, it's like 6 turns for that 3x attack, which you might think is, sorry, adjusting the mic, not that good. But if you include that skill haste in there, you can kind of cut that down in half. if you're being optimistic, if you make 5 colors every turn. Oh, by the way, skill haste, you make 5 color, kind of like, it's like a guard break, but you get, this monster gets 1 turn of haste every time you match 5 colors. And you have those colors represented on your team, of course. So if you cut 25 in half, it's like 12 or 13 turns. So it's like a 12 turn, this skill could be up in 12 turns, and it's like a Fujin style active, and it has a spike, which is amazing. That's way shorter than Fujin's. So this is a pretty high value card overall. I would love to have her. I wish she'd be really great to have. And you could just inherit a Fujin on her. She would be like a great, like her awakenings are pretty good for like arena even, like because she has dragon killers and all those things. She can probably knock out. She will probably end up with 3x or 9x against many things. So I would like to have her on my team. She is probably a little more value as a sub than Fujin does. As a sub. Pixel wise, oh, I didn't talk about her leader. Her leader is fine, 9x. Pixel wise, she actually has one of the highest attackers values in the game. Unfortunately, she loses her Fujin style active, and she makes a board of Firewood, Dark, and Heal. You might want to use her on Kami Musubi. Yeah, those are Kami Musubi's colors. She's double SBR, which is something, so if you really wanted to use her on a Dark Athena, you could, because she's a devil, except she doesn't make her active skill erases water, so that kind of sucks. What else? As a leader, she actually has, well, she keeps 2 fingers, which is nice for you combo-based people. As a leader, Pixel, she actually gets times 14, which is pretty high. Times 14 on her own will reach you to almost 200x alone, which is pretty good. 3 attributes, and you need, it's like a row of darks, and then 3 plus add 2 other things. And you get a shield, so actually pretty good as a leader. She's bindable, but I think she'd be usable for a few things. Let's see. So pretty good, love to have her. She'd be one of my top role choices, for me personally. Again, if there's any problems with that analysis, it'll be in the description box below. So continuing on with our 6 stars, yet another fire 6-star is my Sheer Nui. Let's see. So her normal form is triple TPA. She is balanced, so she can equip whatever the heck killer she wants to, which would be nice for you if you roll her. 2 of those heal boosts, so kind of she's very TPA. She has regular TPAs and she has like heal TPAs. Let's see, how is it the power of Sheer Nui? Let's see, leader skill. Leader skill is 7/6, and that is a pretty high leader skill for a pretty high multiplier. That is a ×8. That is almost Diablos level. Diablos is 8.5. Diablos includes a shield. She includes a shield too. I don't know how big of a shield. Probably around the same amount. Unfortunately, she is slightly worse than she's slightly easier for fire teams because she has that unconditional attack for fire and lights. She does have a shield, but you need slightly less combos as well. Diablos needs 8, she needs 7. But she's not bindable, or she is bindable, she's not unbindable. She does have 2 fingers, which is good, but she's not unbindable, and she does not have the same utility with guard break and 7 combo as Diablos does. But if you were to roll her, you could use her as a pseudo replacement for him for fire and light teams, if that's what you're running. I don't know who's a fire combo based team right now. I can't think of it in my head. Maybe like Shiva or something technically. Let's look at her active skill. 50% chance of enhanced appearing for 5 turns. That's fine. It's not that good, to be honest. 3 fire orbs, not that good. Let's look at her pixel. Pixel wise, again, she can equip any killers you want to, since she's balance type, including balance killer, who I believe is the only one who can equip balance killers. I might be wrong about that. That's just what is stored in my brain. Pretty nondescript awakening. She has a team HP boost, which is fine. Oh, she gets a board change now. So sure, as a sub, ooh, 7/6 pixel. That's interesting. Anyways, active skill as a sub, she actually gets a better active skill in that she makes a tricolor board with water, fire, and light. Since she's fire type, you cannot use her on an Amino team, unfortunately, because that's what those colors speak to me first on as water and light. However, you may find use for a tricolor board on other things like, I don't know, fire team. You can use, you don't, I mean, you can always assist her. But if you're looking for water and light board changes, which are still pretty rare, I believe Nene and that new, I believe it's, I can't remember, from the new Greco-Roman 3, there's not that many water and light board changers yet, so you might want to use her for that. She does also make a 7x6, and it's still at times 8 7x6. It's a row-based, like connecting fire orb-based multiply, which is still pretty high for a 7x6 leader. So she might be a good 7x6 solution again for you if you're looking for that. Iori Yagami, also one of the ones that I would love to have. So, after looking through the whole collab, his leader skill is actually the highest. It is a 16x, which is pretty dang high. He is a 501E and rainbow type leader. 16x, by the way, if you pair with himself, will give you 256, which is pretty high. So times 250 if you pair with himself. And it is a 501E. Doesn't matter what the what color orb it is that's enhanced. You'll probably want to do dark because he's dark. And 4 attributes. Who does that remind me of? That's a little bit hard to get, but on a normal board, but hopefully you can. So it's kind of like a combination of Rainbow and 501E. Let's look at his normal form. So he's unbindable and he has that skill haste. His awakenings are pretty good as a leader again, since he's unbindable 2 fingers and he has skill haste. His active skill, 13 turns, let's cut that in half because of skill haste, so like 6 to 7 turns. 6 to 7 turn El Cali style board change. It does help himself. You can activate the skill haste with it, and you can activate his leader skill. Oh wait, sorry, excuse me. His leader skill and his evolved form is times 20, so you can make times 400. Sakuya, anyone? Reincarnated Sakuya? So he becomes that much better. Wow, that's pretty high multiplier. You'd want to pair him, I want to say, with maybe a 7x6 leader to get the most use out of that. Get all those colors out. Let's see. Again, he's still that El Cali style active. I wish it was D-Cali. You can put D-Cali on him because his skill haste makes his skill charge pretty low, 6 to 7. I mean, I guess that's average for an El Cali board. El Cali's, let's take a look at it. I actually don't know what El Cali's skill turn is. Like Cali's shortest cooldown is 7 turns, so this is comparable. It's like 6.5 turns with the skill haste, so kind of like 7 turns if you round up. And you get it an orb enhance, which will help you with your 501E-ing. I'd like to roll him times 200. I want a times 200 leader. I'd use him just because he's times 200. And he'd probably be pretty fun to use as well. Let's see. His pixel form, I see attacker killer, which is kind of niche. 1-7 combo. 1-7 combo tends to be not that useful. 2 fingers. He doesn't have SBR, so watch out for that. Now his leader skill is pretty low. 2.5 times 3.5. I don't think there's anything that high. I'm not that good at math, by the way, especially if it contains decimals. That's extreme. Don't even look at it. It's like times 8 or something. Leader skill. His active skill changes to make 8 dark orbs and all orbs enhanced. 11 turns. That's something. It's not bad. So as a pixel, he can equip devil killers. He does come with a killer, which is I don't think has happened so far yet. But it's not that useful of a killer. So I want to say as his not pixel form, I would prefer him. That's how I would use him as his not pixel form. Yeah. But he does have a 7 combo too, so I think that's new for Pixel actually. I don't think any other Pixel has a 7 combo on it. So that can be a nice source of damage. Oops. Let's see. So if you put Devil Killers on him, he can still reach good damage just because he has the 7 combo. Now let's move into the boring, more boring 5 stars. So the trend with the 5 stars is they all have 2 forms that are both 5-star. He doesn't even evolve, are you serious? I'm gonna assume he doesn't evolve because they don't say he is an evolution here. But they all seem to be dual rarity, but change color and change... They change something. A lot of them change color or they change their awakenings. So Benimaru, Nikaido, 3 light orb enhances, so probably used on a light team. Orb move time and light orbs enhanced. That's fine. For 8 turns, it's okay. Leader wise, nothing special. Times 6 for all that, that's nothing. Let's see, again, times 6 for this guy. This guy, though, gets double SBR. So if you're looking for double SBR light, this might be your option. 2 fingers, pretty good for combo teams. 1-7 combo it's fine, not that good. Continues to have the same active and same leader skill. So it looks like they just changed awakenings. Next is Andy Bogard. 3 fingers, so if you're looking for a finger stick and you don't have one yet, this is one of your options. His active makes lights appear, or not lights, enhanced appears, and he has a 4-color board change. Not a little, pretty diluted board change, but I mean it includes lights and waters, which is good. Fire lights. You can use it on a number of things if you don't have any board changes. 7x6, great. Very low, a very low multiplier, but it is 7x6. So you could use him if you have no 7x6 leader yet. You could use him for your Lee purposes if you have a Lee. His alternate form is water light instead of light water. I see double skill boost, not bad. 3 water enhance, so used for water again. Continues to keep the same active and same leader, basically. Yeah. Oh wait, he's still water. Oh, his colors are the same. Never mind. Colors are the same. Just his awakenings are different. Yeah, just awakenings different. So, Yuri Sakazaki. I see 3 light rows, 2 fingers, so used on the light row team. 10 turns with a gravity. It's fine. It's not a true. Doesn't seem to be a true gravity, or a max HP based gravity, or true gravity. Removes locks. Not that useful. 1.5 attack. Actually, a times 6 multiplier. Not that good. Not good, not good. Second form keeps light rows. However, she gets that special new awakening, which is the box-based follow-up attack. She trades out her skill boost for that. So that box-based one is good for light rows. So it's good that she has light rows. Basically, with a normal follow-up attack, you cannot make a row on any of the potential rows because you have that column, but now you can make a row with this because you make a 9x9 box. You can make your row above it. Excuse me. That's it. So if you're looking for a follow-up attacker, that could be her, especially for a light row based team. Maybe Ameno. She does have some light rows, so you can stick her on there. She also has some heals, which is nice. Heal TPAs, and yeah, you can use her for that. Let's see. Athena Asamiya, light dark, double TPA, unbindable, low multiplier. Oh, she has a shield. If you're looking for a half shield, she's like Susano style shield, but only for 2 turns. It adds 1 combo for 2 turns, which you might find useful for a combo. Her awakenings are fine. They're nothing amazing. The unbindable doesn't really help her, since her leader sucks. Let's see. Ooh, we have a guard break at least. That's better. She has a guard break and a devil killer. She's balanced, so she can equip whatever killer she wants to. 2 skill boosts, not bad for light. So this one has a little more value just because she has the guard break, but still not great as a sub overall. Outside, it only has 5 awakenings. I wonder if they probably get evolutions. I should look in the other post. I'll look at the other post at the end. Chin Getsai, times 6-ish, 7, 6-ish, 7-ish. What's 3 times 2.5? Actually, I'm gonna look that up. I think I'm wrong about that. 3 leader skill wise, that is times 7.5. Not high, but he is 7x6. For a 7x6, that's pretty high. Oh wait, that's not 7x6. Never mind. It's just red. It's just red. Unable to raise 3 orbs or less. Terrible. He has a 7 combo. 1 is not that useful. Extends orb move time, and he is a double orb change from light and dark and poison into wood. Not that great. This one gets multiplayer boost and TPAs. Not that great still. These ones are all boring. Double attacker killer, that's something. At least he's a double killer of 1 type. His name is King. Very short name. 2 skill boosts. 2 turn. He has a delay. It's not bad. This guy's probably a pretty good value 5-star active. 5-star just because he has double attacker killers. That might be useful for someone or something. Although we had all those triple killers come out recently. Not anything else worth of note. This one is double SBR water if you're looking for that. Double SBR water, that's the only difference. And 7 combos. These ones are so boring. Can go faster. He has 6 awakenings, that's nice. For woods. Half enemy defense at active is fine. That's not that good now. You want 3/4 or all the way to none with Balboa, I hope. Leader skill. 8x, not good. Triple TPA grass. Blah blah blah. Boring. Triple skill boost if you're looking for that in a light monster. Void damage. He has a shield. A pretty good shield. That's pretty good. And a 2.5 spike. That's also pretty good. Leader wise. Times 7.5-ish. Again, this one has Rose and a machine killer and a 7 combo. So a lot of damage increasing things. 7 combos and Rose usually don't match up well. But you could try to use him anyways. His active is probably one of the best actives for these 5 stars that I remember. Just damage void and a spike at the same time. 20 turns kind of high, but it's you can put him an Indra or something if you want. I don't know. Void damage might be useful. And the spike for something like, the Cali floor. That's a perfect example of a use for that. Because you can put it up when you get to the Cali and you won't get hit by the first one. And even if you're matching, you get the spike to try to kill her in 1 hit on the first turn. Even if that doesn't kill and you bring her down to like 5%, you still won't get killed by her last attack. So pretty good active for that purpose. Oh my god, there's so many 5 stars. This is so many 5 stars. Tricolor board change, firewood, water. Tricolor is pretty good. Don't know what those colors are used for. They don't seem that useful. 2 fingers. This one's unbindable. His active is fine. He's a cross. For each cross, 1.5 HP, and he's a cross based. I would actually, this leader form seems useful. You could use him 3x. Like you could 2 crosses would make him 81 times. 3 crosses would make him some really large number, 200 something. And he has an HP multiplier, so it's not terrible as a leader if you had him, if you're skilled. That is all the monsters. Phew, that's a lot of monsters. Let's see if they have evolutions. Those 5 stars. Oh wait, what? I'm trying to find, sorry. Pause. Andy Bogard. Oh no, you don't have any. They only go from 5 to 5. So I guess it's like you're stuck, even with Final Fantasy, if you evolve your 4, you're stuck with a 5. These ones you're stuck with 5s. So I guess they're like a mix of 4 and 5 star kind of. Oh man, that sucks. So they don't evolve any farther. Sad. Let's see. The last one random thing I wanted to show is this Descend boss. So 2 of the Descended bosses do Pixel and Assist Evo. This one is Rugal. I don't see his normal form ability. Is probably not that good since he's just a Descend boss. Let's see. Pixel, Omega Rugal. Not useful awakenings, they're all defense based. I don't know what his type is either. It doesn't say his type. Not the worst. 4+ linked dark orbs up to 4x. The linked dark orbs and the cross of dark orbs can be part of the same. So I mean you could use him as leader. I don't know why you'd want to. I don't know what his skill is either. Where's his skill? I don't know what his skill is, so we'll see. This one is an interesting thing. This cartridge is a rare invade or something, and there's a rare invade, and you can assist emote into this cartridge, and you get enhanced material killer and enhanced tech, which is fine. It's kind of strange. So that, I believe, is everything in this collab. Let's see if I can find the full list. Now, am I gonna roll? Do I need to roll? No, I've rolled for most of Final Fantasy in my desperate search for Yuna, and I never got her. So pixel-wise, I'm pretty good. Out of the 6 stars, a lot of them have use. I want to say the ones stand out to me. Iori does, Leona does, and Kyo does. They all stand out to be the most. I would like to have Iori, because I haven't had a new leader, and you guys know I haven't had a new leader in like 10,000 years, and he would be a pretty good, pretty fun leader. Probably something... He's got... Sakuyo's what? Rainbow and 10 combos? Easier than Sakuya for sure. I believe he was 501E with 4 colors. That's way easier than Sakuya. And he's dark. He would be a fun leader. I'd like to use him. Everyone else is fine. Is this better or worse than Final Fantasy? I'm trying to think. For Final Fantasy, the only 6 stars that are useful, I want to say, not pixel-wise, the only one I can think of that is really useful is Yuna. Cloud is not Cloud system isn't used anymore. Sephiroth is not used too much either, unfortunately. I believe he was used for machine Zeus farming, but on general teams he's not good. Definitely Yuna is the star as a non-pixel form. Pixel form wise, a lot of them were useful, mostly because of their typing. The 3 or 4 I think were most useful were Lightning, because of 3 skill boost and healer typing for Dragon Killer. None of these have healer typing in this collab, by the way, in the pixels. Except there's one bounce, you can still equip dragons if you want, Dragon Killers. Cecile is useful because he maintained a board change, a useful active skill as a pixel, and he did have healer type as well in his light form. And Sephiroth comes with a machine killer built in, and he can equip god killers. Those were the 3 good ones I could think of. I have a Tifa, and Tifa is the other 6 star that I use only on DQXQ team, which is kind of dead, but I use her to help a friend sometimes. So is this better or worse than Final Fantasy? I think in terms of pixels, they are worse. There's no healer typing, so you can't get the Dragon Killer that you want. I forget already, but I think some of the pixels had decent active skills, so that's good. They can all equip Devil Killers since they're attackers, so you can at least use them for that in 3-player co-op, but maybe not for Arena, where you're looking for Dragon Killers. In terms of their not pixel forms, these ones have more use right now. Again, I would use Leona as a great Fujin type monster with a lot of killers and fingers, I believe. And she has that interesting skill haste active. Kyo is a great sub on any combo-based team, and he has the new bicolor board change in Fire and Hearts. Iori I would use as a leader. Everyone else they weren't bad. Terry wasn't bad from what I remember. I can't remember what Rio and Mai did, but Mai was a 7x6, I think. She was okay. Rio was also not bad from what I remember. The 5 stars. Now, in terms of what you should roll, you should always look at the 5 stars. The 5 stars, they're all not that amazing. But then again, Final Fantasy wasn't either. So I want to say, if you didn't get to roll in Final Fantasy, you should roll in here. The pixels aren't as good, but if you get a 6 star, like, they're not terrible. They're probably better than the random stuff like Pixel Archangel and stuff like that. And they can at least all equip Devil Killers. Oh god. Bloop. As for if I'm gonna roll, so I don't know, you can use all the information from here and judge whether they're good. For me, the 5 stars kind of fell flat, but hey, there's no 4 stars. But there are quite a lot of 5 stars, about double, I would say. Slightly less than double 5 stars compared to 6 stars. At least there's no 7 stars. It's nothing out of reach. If am I gonna roll? maybe if I feel like it. I don't need any pixels. It'd be foolish. I want to say it'd be foolish of me to roll because I don't need Leona or Iori or Kyo. It'd be nice to have them, but I don't need them. So I don't think I will roll much if I roll at all. There's nothing in this collab that's like, wow, game breaking. Again, if that's wrong, I'll put it in the description below. Anyways, that overall is my... Is there anything else about this collab? That is my reaction to this collab when I saw it this morning. There's some cool art. Another random side note, the Zeuses get their new ultis. There's this new one, which is reincarnated Zeus verse, which actually is pretty interesting. I mean, he's a gravity, but what was interesting about him? I don't remember. I think 3 skill boosts and 2 TPAs. That's kind of interesting. Oh, he has a pretty good multiplier, actually. He has times 14 by himself if his HP is full. Wow. So that could be good for some farming purposes. Yes. So he's completely unconditional multiplier. Wow. Maybe I should make one of him for farming. Anyways, that is all I have for you guys today. Let me go back to the correct page so you can see some event details. That is the King of Fighter collab. My reaction to it. Again, if there's anything wrong that's in my information, it's probably 80% right about. The rest of the 20% I will update in the description below if there's any problems. Hopefully this gives you some idea of what you might roll from this. I might not roll that much, but Iori looks pretty great. I'd want him just because I didn't get leader. Fiona would be great. Skill haste with Fujin style, and Kyo is a pretty good all-around double combo sub with a bicolor board change. Pretty good. So, hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye. Boop.